Good morning, evening, afternoon. I'm Tato Cat. Welcome to my channel. Today we're playing Find Love or Die Trying. Previously, we kind of had a reset, and things are the same but different. We can't date Tara or Allie, and we're going on the dates over a period of 9 days, with the 10th day being the finale. And we went on a date with Scarlett, who had monkey zombies on her date, who wanted brains and bananas. And that's where we left off. Alright, let's continue. The sound of waves again. Hey! I can hear her call out to me within a dream. It's you. I love you, Matilda. I always will. And I'll always love you too, mysterious person. My mouth moved on its own. Even if there's so many other women on this show. Now, I don't know who this is, so I'm doing a weird voice. They could never be you. I feel like it's going to be either Yui, Kat, or whoever we choose in the end, I assume, is what's going to be the thing. Or there is no happy ending at all. Like, the whole point is for us to just date everyone. I don't know. They can never be you. I held her tight and kissed her. You promise? Like, probably know this is actually all pointless. You promise? I promise. Promises are unbreakable. You know that's what you told me. Well, oops. I meant every word I said. She smiled at me. You better have. Your face is becoming clearer to me with every day that goes by. I know you're here with me, but which one are you? Anyone else wake up with the world's worst headache? Tell me about it. What did we even do yesterday? Honestly, I can't remember. Though I did have a dream that we were being chased by someone. Oh, really? And who was that? I think it was Scarlett? What are the odds of that? I think I dreamed the same thing. As did I. She locked us in the library, then shot us to pieces. Whoa, that's the same dream I had. Oh, what do you think? Made you all have dream up that. Either way, it was just a dream. You used mean glare. It's super effective. Come now, there's no point getting upset at someone at at someone at what they did in a dream. You're right, Violet. And yet... I seem to remember you being there too, Matilda. Oh man, how am I going to talk my way out of this one? Some way or another, Scarlet and I managed to convince everybody it was a crazy coincidence. At least I think we did. Violet was skeptical. Naturally, she had every right to be. Everything she dreamed really did happen. Let's hope it wasn't the kind of dream that comes back again. There you are, Matilda. I've been looking for you. It's time to decide who your second soulmate candidate is. Cat moved in closer to whisper. Not like you really have a choice, though. So, without further ado, Matilda, who's the unlucky girl? You're still doing that unlucky thing. She's always saying that that the girl who's dating me is unlucky. It's very unkind. I'd like to spend some time today with Violet, because she's next in line. Violet! Alright, we'll make it happen. Give us a minute to set up the scene, and then go find her. Oh, I had, for Violet's voice, it was more of a quieter, thank you, voice. I had just gone outside the mansion to find Violet when a white limousine drove up and stopped in front of me. One stepped out from the driver's seat and walked towards me. Matilda, good day. Please do enter. What's with the formal talk? Please, just get in the car, Matilda. You've already heard what she did to my bro. He opened the passenger door and ushered me inside. I shrugged and went inside. What's the worst that could happen on a death game dating show? We sat in silence as one drove me to what looked like some sort of fancy restaurant, then escorted me inside. So this is on the island? Where? Okay. Bonjour, Suitor. I trust my new butler brought you here safely? Yeah, he did. What's going on, Violet? I thought I would give you a chance to have some alone time with the star of the show is all. I am told this is what people do when they are courting. Have you never been on a date before? Of course I have. And I've read all the manuals on the subject. I'll have you know, I've studied every book of the lusty new Asian maid series and know them all by heart. Impressed, I'm sure. I'm impressed. Sure. Listen, if you are able to read any book series and you know everything by heart, it's impressive regardless of the genre. I'm impressed, Violet. Oh, it was nothing. Pardon my interruption. I've brought you food. Please be seated, honored guest. Violet and I sat at the table in the center of the palace as one placed each dish onto the table one by one. He seemed to linger over the meatballs as he brought them over. Thank you, one. Please, don't hold yourself back. Don't think I will. This food looks incredible and probably worth more than my life. You're right. On both counts, Matilda. I'm ecstatic you like the assortment. I planned it myself. Isn't it spaghetti meatballs? How's that worth more than my life? I mean, no matter how good the meatballs are, I don't know if I had anything that would cost a life. Gnocchi, on the other hand. I had some good gnocchi. You're a chef? You could say that. What do you mean? Anyway, tell me more about yourself, Matilda. There's not too much to say. Amnesia is a hell of a drug. You do not remember your past? Yeah, bummer, right? I guess one could say that is a bummer. Now, some people might be happy about it. I guess it depends on the situation. Then, rest assured, I will find the finest scientist in all the land to help you recover your memory when this is over. That would be great. Thanks, Violet. Think nothing of it. It's the duty of those with more to give back, no? Though, have you ever thought, perchance, that this is actually a blessing in disguise? What do you mean? Many of us would be happy. Many of us would be happier not knowing what drags us down. That may be true, but still, I need to know. Yeah, I keep getting these weird, creepy dreams about some rando girl, and I kind of want to know who it is. You sound just like the reference examples in the romance manuals. Consider me amused. Oh, impressed, even. You know those manuals are just regular old fiction novels, right? Ha! You're quite funny, Matilda. An admirable trait to have. I like that. Anyway, you haven't told me about yourself, Violet. Who are you? What do you do for fun? I'd like to know. Being the scion of the Valentines does not leave much time for fun I'm afraid. Even on the show, I spend most of my waking hours managing the Valentine's restaurants businesses. But I suppose if I have to spell of time, I enjoy baking. I don't get why you're embarrassed by liking baking. Because it's what poor people do. Alright, let's see if I'm right. Is it because poor people do it? Everyone has a hobby. Baking is something of a servant hobby, according to my parents. See, I knew it. It's because poor people do it. When they found out I was enjoying that, well, they made sure to stop me from ever doing it again with all the restaurant work. It's a bit ironic, isn't it? You know what? I do know of what, but what do you mean? Who cares about what your parents think? Here on this island, a million miles out, they can't stop you. I'm sure they could, somehow, in some way, if they had enough money. How about we find some time together, too? Make up for lost time. Wow. Wow, you. Really? She laughed like a child. That would be wonderful, Matilda. I'll make some time on my calendar for you. We spent the next few hours enjoying the finest meal that money could buy. Each course was better than the last, just like each chapter of the lusty new Asian maid, according to Violet. Something tells me that the same applies to every moment I'll share together with Violet. Oh, time for Cat to find. I was about to enter my room when I felt a familiar tap on my shoulder. Here she be. Hey there, Matilda. Got a minute? Let me just make sure Scarlet and Violet see me come. Oh, she wants to make sure. Okay, I thought I read that wrong. Scarlet and Violet see me come in here. Fan some flames. Sorry, what? Cat looked around, smiled, then went into my room. I followed. First, the good news. Thanks to my plan, we've gotten enough ratings to avoid early canning. Oh, this sounds familiar. People loved when you and Scarlet were the main ship, but love it even more after Violet kicked off the competition. This competition, even. I'm glad to hear I get to live another day. For now, at least, but that can change on a dime, so keep it up. Between the two, do you have a favorite? Scarlet or Violet? I'm going to choose Scarlet. Because that was out of left field. and nothing about it was predictable. Whereas like her thing where like I like to bake, and I was like, well, poor people do that, so I assume it's not okay. Was spot on, so I'm going to choose Scarlet. I think I have better connection with Scarlet right now. Is she gonna be okay with that? Probably not. It's amazing how brilliant she is, and I can't ever quite place her. She's fascinating. Ah, I had a feeling you'd say that, and you're right to say that. Well, we'll see where things go with her. Something tells me you'll get a chance to hang out with her again soon. Anyway, that's it for today. Keep it up, and who knows? You might just be the first one to make it out of here. Night, Matilda. Good night, Cat. She left my room, closing the door behind her. Guess it's time to turn in for the night. Something most precious. Oh, sometimes the most precious moments are the most mundane. It's just the two of us, spending the evening together in the games room. Oh? Is this because of my choices from the previous life? I'm reading a book, and at the same time, watching her rage against an opponent in a fighting game. It's fun to watch her savor each victory or explode with profanity when she loses. Life is good. It's time like these where you wish life could always be this simple. Sometimes in those moments, people wish for more extreme excitement, for fame, for fortune, for anything but the ordinary. But all I want is the ordinary with you. This is definitely Tara. Fuck you! I love this woman so much. Oh, so maybe it did matter. I'm sorry, game. I made the wrong assumption about you. There, you see? The meat. Oh, then you set the meat at around 300 degrees for 40 minutes. Okay, got it. Tara's cooking? Oh my. I can't imagine her cooking unless it was in a video game. Yeah, I kind of assumed that none of my choices mattered in the previous life, but with what's been going on, I think it must have. I wonder even if this scene had something to do with that. I could also be completely overthinking. Tara furiously scribbled down notes. Uh-oh. What is she going to do? Are we gonna find a game where we become pigeon chefs? Cooking pigeon. Wait a minute. Couldn't I just cook for 600 degrees for 20 minutes? That's not quite how this works, I'm afraid. I did her voice wrong again, but the math checks out. What's going on? Oh, good morning, Matilda. How do you do? I'm teaching Tara the proper way to prepare a pot roast. So far, I'd say it's going pretty well. Tara will be the one to prepare lunch today instead of me. Tara turned one of the dials on the stove as far as it would go to the right. And the student has surpassed the master. On second thought, perhaps I'll prepare an alternative course. One moment, please. Oh, ye of little faith. Time for the moment of truth. Lunch is served. I have a feeling it did not go as planned, Tara. Tara was nervously clasping her hands tight. Uh-oh, everyone's ... exclamation mark. Including me. It's delicious, they all say. I did it. Oh my gosh. Tara did a little dance in celebration and gave Violet a high five. Should I become a food vlogger? I'm a cooking savant. This talent shouldn't be wasted. Psst, Violet. What is it, Matilda? Is this what you cooked? Or is this what Tara cooked? Violet smiled and winked at me. I don't know what you're talking about. She sipped on her soup contently. I couldn't help but smile back at her. Damn, this was the best meal I've ever had. Granted, my memory only goes back about 3 days, but still, it counts for something. Yeah, I would assume the food there is pretty good. Oops, sounds like it's time for my third date, I guess. She didn't give me a speech about this one, why I have to go and choose a... I found Kat in the same place she found me yesterday. Morning, Matilda. It's time to decide who's your last soulmate candidate. Oh man, I'm gonna make a killing from today's bet with 4. The poor guy. He doesn't know you've been rigging the show. What he doesn't know can't hurt him. Apparently it does, though, if you bet on it. Anyway, after you make your choice, it'll be just between the 3 soulmates. Soulmate candidates from now on out. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little scared of Yui. I feel like she might secretly stab me. Like, Ali's crazy is kind of on her face, but like Yui, she seems like one of those yandere types, you know? Like, she's all nice and I love you so much, but then like stabs you in the eyes because you looked at another girl type. Oh, wait just a second. What does... I thought somebody would ask, so let me explain. If you don't get chosen, we'll make the rest of the show a tropical getaway for you. You'll still be able to see the other girls and live in the mansion, so really, it's no big deal. Tara did a little fist pump. Oh, Tara. Well, I suppose she doesn't know how pretty cool we are yet. So, without further ado, Matilda, who's the last unlucky girl? Whoa, so many options. I can choose Yui or Yui or oh look, Yui. I'd like to spend some time today with Yui. Yui. Yes. I made a bet with 4. You choose Yui today. Great choice, Matilda. I knew I could count on you. Yeah, I got nothing to say to that, cat. Alright. Let's get this show on the road. The forest to the north of the house was as serene as could be. With each step forward, I felt the soft earth give way beneath my feet, and the wind caressed my skin. Green as far as the eye can see, and her in the flowing white dress, standing in the middle of it all. Hey there, Matilda. What you doing all the way out here? Yui, it's our date. That's what I'm doing. I was looking for you. I could ask you the same. Actually, yeah, why are you here? Yeah, like, why are you just in the middle of a field? I could ask you the same. I guess so. Yui had the cutest giggle, the kind that instantly put a smile on your face. Care to join me for a walk? I'd like that. Are there birds and butterflies floating around her? Are you a Disney princess? We started walking down the forest path together. I couldn't help but be a little fascinated by her hair, flowing like water in the wind. Well, we'll see how this date with Yui goes in the next episode.